Well, hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. You look good. You look like you're ready to go and take on the day.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I am feeling good now. Here's the good news and the bad news of, having a cancer diagnosis is that um all these things can lead to other cancers, right? Your treatment can, your medications can. But the good news about it is that you're under a microscope, like literally, right? So, and this is a really important reminder that you need to keep all your doctors on deck and informed and everybody looking at everything. So I get all my tests done every 3 to 6 months, all the screening, the blood work's done every month, but the screenings are done every 3 to 6 months. And my oncologist is looking for one thing and not always looking at everything thoroughly. So my general, I had the test results sent to her, and she noticed that something looked abnormal in my uterus. So she said, you need to get to an oncology gynecologist immediately. And I did. And so what they found was the beginnings of what cancer looks like in the uterus. So they said, well, we need to take it out immediately. And while we're there, we should take out all the cohorts because all the other organs that are no longer being used for, reproduction at this age in my life are really sitting ducks for problems. And removing them takes away at least 7 to 9 different types of cancer to avoid. So that was all, it was something that I had been told to look at getting done as preventative care anyways. But then when the test results came back a little abnormal, they really pushed it on me to do it quickly. So it was one of these, okay, this is obviously in my future. And it's one of these surgeries where it's an outpatient surgery. They're removing 6 organs, and it's either going to be a complete breeze and easy, the procedure, or it's like a full-blown nightmare bloodbath. And so you have to go in and get blood matching done so that they've got all this blood supply on hand for you. And you wake up with your abdomen completely cut in half like a C-section. And, you've had blood transfusions and all of this, or you wake up and you have a couple little incisions and you get to go home that day. So, it went well, it went easy, and it was horribly painful. I really don't know what I thought because they say easy breezy and outpatient. I was like, oh, it's no big deal. You get up and walk out of there. I mean, no, it's not quite like that at all. So I was in for a little bit of a rude awakening with the pain factor of it all. I always go into them thinking I'm just going to be able to walk out and just be fine the next day. Totally fine.
It's basically the abdomen, which is anything around the stomach's gonna be tough because it's a core muscle, right? There are 3 muscle groups you use every day, whether you mean to or not. And it's your calves when you walk, it's your forearms because you reach for things, and your stomach, of course. And so, anything having to do with the stomach is going to be extremely sore.
Extremely sore. And I didn't realize it was going to disrupt the digestive system so much either.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And just all of it is crazy. And it was so funny because I'm in the hospital with this male nurse who's as sweet as could be. And, he's following me into it, and I'm in the bathroom. I'm like, this is what my life has come to. I'm standing in this tiny, tiny bathroom with this man. And we're putting like a pad in my disposable underwear, and he's looking at my pee. He has to look at my pee and at my pad. And I'm like, and he's like, looks good. I'm like, thanks.
I know what. Well, I'm curious to know what was he looking for?
Blood, like excessive.
Oh, it's like a straight blood.
Ooh. Yeah. So
Oh
it's
boy.
just, but it's so funny how these things, when you're in the moment, it's like no big deal. It feels
Yeah.
completely normal, and like he should be squished in this little bathroom with me, looking at my, my my bodily functions. But so everything went smoothly. And with that being said, I mean, it's pretty crampy, it's pretty painful for a couple days there, but really well worth it. So, um, ladies, if you are of a certain age and you don't think you want any more children, or you don't want any more children, it's something to talk to your doctor about, because, like I said, 7 to 9 cancers that it took off the table for me. So it's a relief. It feels like okay. And I
Yeah.
don't feel any different physically, like, nothing feels any different
Good.
at all. So, that's all fine. It just, I needed to rest longer than I anticipated. I had to take pain meds, which I didn't think I just always have this, like, delusion that you're just gonna get up and walk out. And
Yeah.
and then I had to say to myself, "Nicole, I mean, if you have 3 outside, um, sutures places, locations, you have at least 6 to 12 inside." Right?
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So, like, no wonder you're cramping when you move a certain way. Or so I had to have remind myself to have grace with myself, because I always get frustrated and I always just want to be back to normal. So that's behind me, and that feels really good. And
How do you
kind
feel
of like,
right now? I mean, it's been less than a week.
it's been a week. It's been exactly a week. And I feel good. The past 2 days I've been up and going out and being able to just be fine.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So, you give yourself a week, less than a week of just taking it easy. I was able to get up and move around and all of that, but, you don't really want to go anywhere for too long, and you can
Yeah.
get a little crampy um, and things like that. But it feels good to have it out, and it feels good to know that they caught that early, and because that's scary. That's so
It is
scary.
scary.
Yeah, it's so scary. So, just a reminder to have all hands on decks, looking at all your tests, and everybody keeping an open eye.
So is this long term, short term as far as the rest of your life that they're just always going to be looking for cancer with you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. But that's great, because,
Yeah.
that's great, because these things can just, when people aren't being screened regularly, that's when
Yeah.
you find out, listen, it's stage 4, and it's too late. We can't do anything. So if we're watching everything as closely as we can, and I'm being conscious in my daily life to live as much of a, you know, as much of a lifestyle that I can, to preventative lifestyle, then, I'm doing so much more than I was doing before.
Yeah. Did either one
Mhm.
of your parents pass from cancer?
Yes.
They did.
My father passed from cancer, and my mother had cancer. And so my mother had colon cancer, which, I was reading something this morning, and it's the number one killer in America today, and it's hitting 30-year-olds. It's in the 30s. And
That's amazing.
if this isn't an eye opener, that our diet and what they're telling us is okay to eat in our food, I don't know what is. Like, I just don't know what else to say to people, and how to, like, really nail it in everybody's noggin, that if 30-year-olds are getting colon cancer, you have to look at your food. You have to look at your food, you have to look at your gut health, and just because the FDA approves it or the USDA approves it, it does not mean it's healthy. And everybody, just please, please watch your food, and please get colonoscopies. They're so worth it. And you can get Cologuard, colonoscopies. Tell them that you're seeing blood. Tell them that it runs in your family. Do whatever you have to do to get the testing done, because insurance companies are reluctant, and they're still behind, and they still want to say into your 40s, 45, but it's hitting 30-year-olds. So, you tell them what you need to tell them to get the testing done.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no harm in that. There's just no harm in that.
Yeah, I know guys especially are bad at going to the doctor, and at the same time, there are guys who, they want to make, certain references to why they don't want a colonoscopy and everything else. But yeah, you're absolutely right. My sister dealt with colon cancer. We have a family friend right now who's going through it, and again, he waited too long. He waited 2 months. I mean, there was blood coming out for 2 months, and now he's, trying to save his life. It's yeah, it's terrible. But we're at the age, and where a lot of our friends, and it's not just something that, hey, it's our parents' friends, it's our friends now who are we're watching it firsthand.
Yeah, it's us. It's now children. It could be our children if you're talking about 30-year-olds. Um, and the thing is you want to wait before you see blood. Because 2 months really, like, in the whole cancer world, 2 months is not really going to be too much of a game changer. So it's like you want to get it done before then, because here's the great thing about a colonoscopy is that while they're in there, any little things, any little suspicious things that they see that could potentially be something, they remove it while they're there. So they go in there and they clean up your whole colon. And it's painless. You go to sleep, you wake up, it's over. You didn't even know anything happened. I've done it. It's really just not, it's a no-brainer thing. It's just silly. There's no reason to not have one. It's not painful. It's not disruptive. There's no downtime. There's nothing. The only thing you can get out of it is good news that they found something, they took it
Yeah.
out, and that's it.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So at the same time, when you were healing and you're waiting to feel better, were you watching TV? Did you watch the Academy Awards?
I didn't.
Are you normally a fan or not a fan of the Academy Awards?
I mean, I sometimes will watch it, like if I'm sitting there and it's on, and I don't make like a big thing to sit down and watch it. I saw that the one thing I took away from it was that they left Eric Dane and
They did.
James Vanderbeek out of the memorial segment
did.
that they do, and that to me was strange. They seem like such elitists to me. It's like such this elitist group, and yeah, no. Did you watch it?
I'm usually a huge fan, and I usually love going to the movies, and I love watching at least half the movies if I can get to half of them.
Yeah.
I did not get to any of them, and that was disappointing for myself, because I'm sitting there watching, and I'm listening to people talk about movies. I'm like, man, I go, that Leonardo DiCaprio movie. I got to see that one. That one looked interesting to me, and I didn't see Sinners, and I didn't see any of these, and so, but I watched a lot. Host wise, Conan's fine. I didn't care for the set that much. I thought that I was like, the one thing about the Academy Awards, it feels like the ultimate award show. And it just, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the way they did this set. It didn't feel like the same show to me. As you said, if they're elitists, I mean, here's the deal. You're an actor. I always think it's amazing of everything that goes into a film, and to the writing. The acting is a huge plus. If the acting's not good and the writing's not good, it's not going to work. If you can fall into a film, there's something about going to a movie theater for me still. I love going to a movie theater. But I missed out. This year was one of those years. And I can't tell you why. It wasn't like I was protesting movies or was financial or anything like that. I just didn't make my way to seeing great movies this year. But I try to watch the award show and try to fall into it like I normally do. And I didn't. This year I didn't. And the fact that you pointed out two big time people that people recognize that recently passed away that weren't recognized, yeah, it's disappointing. It's very disappointing. Do you think that's accident on purpose? I mean, how do you miss leaving?
No, they
leaving
have
them out?
an entire committee dedicated to it, and
Wow,
because they answered and they said that the committee votes on it, and they didn't make the cut.
that's crazy. That's
Well, to me,
crazy
it
to me.
seems like it's because they were TV actors.
Yeah,
And
well,
that's the part where I call them elitists, because I'm like, oh,
yeah,
because they were TV actors, not necessarily movie actors, that they're not part of
yeah.
the club. And that stuff is just like ick to me. But I'm with you. I didn't see a lot of the movies, so there was no reason for me to watch the show. When there's so much streaming, sometimes it's like kind of you don't really find the reason to
It's
go to the
true.
movie theater, right? Because,
It's true.
oh, well, there's that I want to watch, so let's just stay home and watch that. So yeah, I didn't find myself making it out to the movies either, although I do want to see all of those. I'll wait till till I can stream them.
So two questions I have for you growing up in Los Angeles. One is where do you usually go, or where did you go as a kid to watch movies? Did you go to the same kind of theaters or same neighborhoods, or were you all over? And the other thing was, where do you sit? What's your preferred seat in a movie theater?
Like
Dead
in the
center, right in
center
the
of
middle. Yeah.
everything, just like
Yeah.
up middle center, is my favorite spot. When I was a kid, we would always go to Costa Mesa. There was movie theaters there, an ice skating rink, and movie theaters. I believe it was in Edwards. And in Hollywood, in LA, I would go to Universal. I would go to Hollywood Boulevard. I always loved the Lemley when that opened on Sunset, but that was always a little bit like more artsy films. There was Sherman Oaks. There used to be theaters on Van Nuys in Moore Park around there. So kind of all over. Now I'll go to Burbank, obviously,
Yeah.
because Burbank has so many movie theaters and it's just so convenient and so easy to get to. And yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. For me, it was always Westwood. I was always
Oh,
going to,
Westwood. Yeah,
yeah,
Westwood too. Yeah.
was
You're
going to
right. You're
Westwood,
right.
the Bruin, whatever. But it's that scene in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where she goes into the movie theaters, a movie theater to see her own movie, which I thought was cool. I was thinking if I was in that situation, I would want to know what is the reaction on the movie. I wouldn't want to be in when the lights were up and everybody could see that. Look at this person watching their own movie. And, if you're, let's say you're a famous star, let's say you're just Harrison Ford, just a big name. You would take away from the experience from everybody else, and also you might not get a true reading of what people thought of your film if people knew you were in the theater. But I think that would be fascinating for me. I'd definitely be one of those people that would go into a movie theater and wanted to see what the reaction was.
Yes, I think a lot of actors do that. They kind of sneak in once it started and sneak out before it ends. I think a lot
Yeah,
of actors do that. And yeah, I think that takes a lot of guts, but yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
god.
can you imagine like the fear of being seen doing
When you
that?
were,
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be something else. So when you were a kid, I bring this up because my friend's dad was his job was to do hair for a movie studio. I don't remember the name of the movie studio, but he did, a bunch of famous actors, actresses, their hair. And he would tell us, different stories and stuff. And it was kind of like our inside to Hollywood for us. And this is late 70s, early 80s. But when he would take us to the movies, and he took me as a kid more than anyone else. Like can't remember really going to the movies with my parents very much, but I remember going with my friend's dad, and he would talk to the screen and it would embarrass the hell out of us all the time, you know.
Yeah.
And he would sit there and talk to the screen. And then I remember we went to go see Dirty Dancing. I think it came out like in 1987. And we went to go see Dirty Dancing. It's my buddy who's a freshman in college. I'm a sophomore or junior in high school. And um, he's looking at the girl, and he yells out it's packed. He yells out in the movie theater, "I bet you she's great in the sack, but man, that nose gets in the way." And I was just like so embarrassed, that
Oh my
he would
god.
draw attention back to us.
Oh my god.
Everyone's into the movie and everyone just stares and looks at us. And I was like, God dang it. But it was every time we went to the movies with him, his dad would pull this move on us. And it was just one of those things like, yeah, I just remember going to the movies with him in Westwood all the time. He goes, "You want to go?" And I'm like, "I'm in. I love the movies. I'm going." But I know at some point he's going to embarrass the hell out of me.
Well, apparently you're not alone in that, and that's why they had
Yeah.
to make the rule of no talking in
Yeah.
the theater, right?
Right. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my
That's so
gosh.
wild that people do that. Like there's how much more unself-aware can you be? Like
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh
that's
yeah.
so wild to just yell something out.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Do you have a favorite movie snack when you were a kid? Did you go to the movies and go, "All right, I'm getting, this, or I'm not getting anything."
yes, I can't eat it anymore because it makes me not feel well, but I love the movie popcorn with all the butter and all it, and then M&Ms in it. I just like
Yeah.
dump the bag of M&Ms in there so they're like kind of warm and melty with it. Best snack ever. That was my go-to.
I didn't even discover that till maybe 15 years ago. And then
Oh,
okay, this sounds even crazier. The M&Ms with the popcorn's outstanding. For anyone who's never tried it, who's right now thinking we're crazy, I tell you what I even enjoy more. I like the jalapenos with the popcorn. Like I literally
oh.
ask for jalapenos and chuck them in there, and if I don't get jalapenos with the popcorn in the same bite, I'm a little disappointed. But I love the jalapenos with the popcorn.
Oh, I could be down with that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little bit messy to touch, like,
It's
it's a
not as
little
bad
bit
as you think. It's not as bad
okay.
as you think, but
I love because 'cause
it's
I'm a
one of those.
jalapeno
Yeah.
fanatic. I love them. Well, I always eat M&Ms with everything. I love M&Ms with bananas too, like,
Oh wow.
yeah. I don't know what my M&M thing was, but, yeah, big fan. It's just so crazy how much they charge for
Yes.
movie snacks. But I
Yeah.
love now how you can order it ahead and it gets ready and waiting for you, so you
Yeah.
don't have to stand in that line. Or if you like dropping the kids off, you can prepay for it and it's like
And
there for
reserve your
them when they
seat, the whole
get
deal.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Anyway, no, I'm glad to hear you're a fan of going to the movies as well. I would have been a little disappointed if you said, no, I just like acting. I really didn't care to go to the theater. You
No, I
know?
do love the theater. I do agree with you that it's a little bit harder to it's more it used to be like every weekend, like what movie are you
Yeah.
seeing this weekend? And now it's sort of like
Yeah,
every
it was
couple
an
of
every
months.
weekend thing. You're right. It was
Yeah.
an every weekend thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. And you're right. Streaming changed a lot of that for everybody. I think there's so much value available to you at all times that I think it's changed a lot.
Yeah, there's so much to see. So I was speaking of reading in the news, like I was talking about earlier, I saw that our friend of the show, Alexandra Paul, fellow
Yeah.
Baywatch actress, was arrested again.
Oh,
Um, she, many people know, but those of you who don't, she's a huge animal activist. So she, with 50 to 60 other people, broke into in Wisconsin. They broke into a beagle farm where they were breeding beagles for scientific
oh,
research. So they broke in and freed those beagles, and 20 of them were arrested. And she is apparently locked up, but she's done this. She's a kind of a veteran at this, and some of the beagles were recovered. A lot of them are missing, so yay to that. They really went in there and disrupted that farm. Let's see what the name of the farm was. Ridgland, Ridglan, Ridgland Farms. Horrible people. I can't believe they still do that. But anyways,
I had no idea it was a big deal till about 15 years ago. I mean, it's been going on forever, but I had
yeah.
no idea until people brought it to your attention of what goes on in these farms. It was a big thing in Missouri for a long time.
Just creepy. But good on these people. Can you imagine 50 to 60 people just rushing a farm all at once and um yeah, with vehicles and just releasing these dogs? It's wild. They do it. The last time she was arrested, it was for chickens. She had like 2 chickens under her arm. So go Alexandra.
There
Love
she
that.
goes. It's like
Yeah.
Jane Fonda's been arrested like all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
All the
and she's proud of every one of them. But yeah, it's very very interesting. I had something show up in my feed the other day that was interesting to me. It was, and I get these all the time. It must be because I watch them all the way through. But it can be, a TV show like whatever Happy Days, and it could be Fonzie. What do you look like when he started? And it has the age, and then of Henry Winkler, and then what he looks like today. Have you seen these feeds?
Yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah, all the time.
I love them. I just have, and I'm always sitting there rooting that they don't have wings on their back, because if there are wings on their back, that means they're no longer with us. And I'm like, all right, please, no wings, no wings. Oh, damn it, there are wings, and then, but I always find it fascinating that the way they make these up, and they sit next to each other, and some are some are very sad. Well, one popped up the other day, and it was Baywatch, and you were on it. Have you seen yourself on this?
Well, one popped up for me recently, and if it's the one you're thinking of, I was like so annoyed because they did an old picture of everybody and then they did a recent picture of everybody except me. They put a picture that was like 10, 15 years old of me and I look horrible. And I was like, why me? Like, where after everything I've been through, I'm totally on social media. You can see recent pictures of me everywhere. Why would you put this old picture of me?
The
So I
one
was
I got,
annoyed with it.
Nicole, will look just like you on the show. Exactly. Exactly like you. The one I got was a feed of you, like I talked to you last time I saw you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the glasses, everything. I swear, I thought they took it from the show. but I thought it was awesome. You were the second person. It was David Hasselhoff, and then it was you. And I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
how
So no,
cool is
this
this?
must have been a different one.
Yeah, if it shows up again, I'll send it to you. But I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" I didn't. It just came up in the feed all of a sudden. There you were, and I was like, "Oh, neat." I didn't even think out of all the times, I've watched these, and it's one of my favorite things that I have on my feed. I was surprised that all of a sudden there you were. It was pretty cool.
I used to cringe so hard when these would come up. Well, I still do I honestly do because a lot of times they do them to not be nice, like, they don't have, like, good intentions when they post these.
Yeah,
So they'll do, like, some great shot of you when you were a kid, and then they'll pick a really terrible picture of you now, and they do that. And it's icky, and it feels bad, and it's unfair, and it's just like it's clickbait, and I hate it. So a lot of times I get really uptight when I see those when I see those, but, yeah, like the one I saw was not, it was an old icky picture of me, so,
oh, sorry to hear that.
I'm glad that you saw one that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, straight for it looked like it was straight, like they took it straight from the show. So no, you look great, and just like people see you right now. So that was really cool to see. But yeah, it's one of those where I go through, and sometimes I get sad watching them, and then at times I go, man, time has gone by fast.
Yeah,
It feels like in your mind, you're going, it doesn't seem like time goes that fast, and you realize really, really quick, time flies. The older you get, the years go by.
it really does. Gosh, it really does. You know what I have arriving today? I'm so excited. Do you have these? Do you have transition lenses that get darker and lighter?
I do. I do.
Okay. I never got them because I always thought they were kind of nerdy when they first came out because they were that specific color and like you just knew. And I wasn't somebody who wore glasses all the time. So I was like, I don't know. I was judgy about them. I'll just be honest. I was like somewhat judgy about them. And I remember my oldest saying to me, "Oh my God, if you get those, like that is so lame." And I finally was at a place the other day where I was like, I can't take this anymore. Like I literally cannot take this of me changing my glasses, right? And we know if you wear glasses, every time you change them, now you have to clean them all again. It's especially when it's hot and it's sunny, like it's just such a hassle. Um, so I was at an event yesterday and we were out in the sun and I had my polarized prescription sunglasses on. Well, I hate the polarized because you can see things that you shouldn't be able to see. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me. There's certain screens I can't see at all. Screens just look black, and certain glass looks spotty. So I could see anybody whose sunglasses were transitions, their sunglasses look spotty through my polarized sunglasses. So I was like, oh man, is that what I'm going to look like to other people who have polarized glasses on? It's going to look like, because I kept saying, the person I was with, I kept looking at them and I was like, they're so spotty. And then when I took my sunglasses off and had my regular and I saw hers, I was like, oh, it's my polarized
Yeah.
sunnies that are doing that. They look completely fine to the regular eye. So I hate polarized glasses, but they're coming and I cannot wait. And I got the ones that get dark in the car
Yeah.
because I didn't realize that the windshield blocks the UVA, so the UV. So if you have transitions, they don't get dark in the car. And I was like, well, what's the point of that? I need them
Yes.
dark in the car. So I got the ones that are just more light sensitive than UV sensitive. I'm so excited. I
Good.
cannot wait.
I hope it's a life changer for you.
Is it for you? Was it like a game
No, I'll
changer?
be
You're
honest
like,
with you. My glasses, they Skip said you're going to get used to them. My glasses that use them, they aren't like readers. They're stronger, but I can't drive with them, even though my driver's license says you have to drive with them. So I had that eye surgery where one eye is for distance, one eye is for up close. Don't recommend it to anybody, by the way. It's been a disaster for me. I had the laser surgery the first time. They just fixed my eyes, and they were both the same. It was great. And then they didn't tell me that they were going to make one eye for distance and one eye for up close. And so, as a baseball coach, it changed everything for me. Like if you throw a baseball at me, I can see you throw the ball, but when the ball's within 10 feet of me, it's like all of a sudden it gets to me at 100 miles an hour. But because your eyes switch, it
yeah.
sucks. It sucks for everything I do on a baseball field. But driving, I feel like I'm going to throw up. Like I'm so sick when I wear my glasses, and I can see fine and everything now. But if you ask me to read something, things are blurry. But the glasses are, I have them right here, but they're meant that they will turn dark as soon as I walk outside. it just I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get killed by a ball. I'm telling you, it's not. I'm
Oh, so
afraid to wear them outside.
are they progressives as well as transition? Is that what I'm a
Yes,
little confused.
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't do the progressive at all. I don't
And
like it
when
either.
yeah, when I go into the DMV and they go like close one eye, read the chart, fine, and then the other eye can't see jack. And so I failed the test, and they go, "You have to drive with glasses on," and I can't. I mean, I feel so sick, but I can see fine without the glasses. If I get pulled over, I'm getting a ticket unless I straight out have because it says on the driver's license must need corrective lenses. Unless I just keep glasses in the car and throw them on my face when the cop walks to the window, but otherwise, yeah, it has not been a good experience for me with the glasses so far,
Well, no, here's a
you
little
know.
tip I would just say. I would have my contacts in. Just say
Oh,
that.
there you go.
Well, here's the thing is that I do have progressive glasses and I'll use them if I'm going to go to like a dinner or if I have a meeting or something like that so that I can read and look up. But if I'm moving, driving, all of those things, I feel the same. It makes me not feel well. And they told me I would get used to them. I just never have. It's weird going on stairs, stepping off of the curb. Like I look crazy. I feel crazy. I don't like it. So I have them for specific needs. So if I'm going to be sitting with somebody and I'm in a meeting or something and I need to be able to see and read, I have them. But for my daily, I just wear my farsighted and I have a pair of readers if I need them. Otherwise I have my magnifier on my phone. As long as I can see like distance, I don't need to see fine print in my
Yeah.
my day-to-day.
Yep.
So I just get that's all I need for driving. I don't need to see fine print driving. As long as I can just see, read the signs and license plates and everything like that, it's fine. So, no, I got single vision, super excited, but the transitions and I hope they're amazing.
Good. I'm glad
Yeah,
that so when the mail comes today, it changes your whole life.
I know. I know. So exciting.
There you
Okay, so I
go.
have a product alert
Okay.
and I have talked about this company before, and I really think they've got their finger on the pulse of um skincare and coverage, and especially for aging skin. I like it. I can only speak on aging skin, but it's It Cosmetics. Now, in all transparency, they sent this to me. They gifted me this. It's their new Do It All sheer tint face balm. Now, I have been seeing this. I've been seeing commercials and ads for it, and I thought, oh, I bet that's great. I bet that's great. But I haven't needed any foundation or makeup. It's the last thing I need to purchase. So I didn't get it, but they sent it to me. And listen, I get sent a lot of things that I don't bring to the show if they don't meet, if they're not like up to par and they're not amazing, I just don't bring them up. But I feel like this is really fantastic. I've stayed away from tints in the past because I feel like either there's not a huge selection of shades. So like the color matching is just not there. Or I feel like it sits on top of the skin and it doesn't, then it gets all over everything and wipes off really easy. I just haven't had a great time with tints, or there's like not enough coverage, or there's just always something weird. But I feel like they've perfected it, and they put it in this little pot so that you can dip into it. And they sent me their brush, which I'm loving. And so you just dip into it and apply it, and I can do more in areas I want to do it less. It blends. Their color matching is always on point. I feel like they have a shade for everybody. And this really stays moisturized all day. Like it doesn't dry out. It feels good. It looks good at the end of the day. I'm really impressed by it. So I have a couple of their foundation products, and I use them for different things, and I love them all for each of their specific purposes. But you can get it at Ulta. It's about $34. I love their foundation brush, but if you have one, obviously you can use that too. And there's a lot in there, and a little goes a long way. Yeah, I'm thrilled with it. I love it. I've been using it every day, and thank you for sending it to me. It's the Do It All Sheer Tint Face Serum. It's 92% skincare serum. So it's not only looking great and you feel great, it's doing good things for your skin. So if you're looking for something like that. I got my winter shade and my summer shade because I do change colors. But definitely check it out. I highly recommend it. I think it's fantastic.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. All
Exactly.
right. You want to get
Yeah.
you want to get to your mailbag?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's go to the mailbag. So here it is, perfectlytwistedpod.com. That's the website, perfectlytwistedpod.com. And Nicole's mailbag's at the top of the screen. All you have to do is sit there and submit your questions, and we'll do our best to get them on the show. All right, so you have 5 questions here from Ava. Okay.
Okay.
First one is, Nicole, who do you think is the best looking actress today?
I think Margot Robbie does it for me.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
She
gosh.
just is. She just is everything to me. She's a great actress. She's quirky. She's gorgeous. She's flawless. She can go from Barbie to Harley Quinn, and she just is so. I love everything about her. She's my fave.
You and I are a match on this one. That is mine too. It's funny. I saw the questions and I was like, all right, I don't want to forget in case you ask me back. And so I wrote Margot Robbie right next to her question. And yeah, you and I are right on the money. I think she's a great actress, great looking. She's fantastic. I know everybody always talks about Sydney Sweeney right now, how popular she is, but and fine. Margot Robbie though is my number one as well. That's there you go.
Yeah.
You and I thinking the exact same.
Yes.
All right. Nicole, which celebrity death shook you the most?
Well, you have to understand, like, some of them are my friends.
Yes.
So those really kind of hit home. But sometimes, although they make you feel shook, you're not surprised. So that's kind of a hard one to it's kind of a hard one to answer. I mean, I kind of feel like maybe Eric Dane was a little crazy, because that went so fast.
Yeah.
And my memories of Eric Dane, he and my oldest daughter's father were best friends, and so Eric Dane was on my couch a lot when we were younger, and it's hard. It's hard to see, and it's hard when it's people your age or even just a little bit younger than you, and it happens so quickly and so rapidly, and that was one of those things where you're like, because it wasn't drug related, this is natural, disease, and so I feel like maybe Eric Dane. I could go on and on and on,
Yeah, sure.
honestly, but and then who I got. Why is her name escaping me right now? God, my brain. Who I was devastated by was the actress from Beetlejuice and Schitt's Creek,
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara, who is like one of my favorite all-time actresses, who I just absolutely adored, look up to.
Everybody loved her, huh?
I mean, she just amazing. She brought something to the table just so unique, and that one was like. That one hurt. That one was like, yeah, that one was devastating and shocking, even though she's of a certain age.
Yeah.
That one was shocking. So I would have to say Catherine O'Hara, because yeah, just anytime anybody passes, it's horrible.
No, it is.
They all leave
It
me
is
shook,
bad.
Ava. They all leave me shook, and I get, very emotional and very sad.
One thing about Catherine O'Hara, she's one of those for me. Again, I was never in the business like Nicole. The stories people told about her after she passed were amazing. I mean, like, she was such a much better person and so well liked than I think people realized. It was pretty incredible that you could pass and people said what a great mom she was and a great friend and great actress. And there was so many compliments that came out after her passing that people loved her.
Great person and such an artist, and yeah, great loss for us.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Nicole, if you are offered $1 billion to call someone in your contacts, but you only get the money if they don't answer, who are you calling?
Okay. Oh,
Who's
my
most
oldest
likely?
daughter. My oldest daughter.
She's
That's a
not a phone
no-brainer.
answer. She's a text
like me.
messenger.
Yeah, she's like me. We don't see. I answer for my kids. My phone. The only time my phone rings is if it's either of my children. Otherwise, it doesn't ring. Calls go to. They go. Do you have the thing where it like screens the calls? It says that it comes on and it asks why you're calling, and then it notifies me that there's a call, and
Oh
it tells
no, I
me like
don't.
who it
I
is, and
don't.
I can accept it or just ignore it. Listen, I don't even know that that's happening half the time. I just don't answer the phone and it doesn't ring. So she's like me, and she'll call me back.
Yes.
And she's great at text. I wouldn't say the same with text messaging, but I 99% of the time she's not going to pick up the phone.
But
So
if she calls you, you're always picking up the phone, correct?
yeah, of course,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
mom.
moms do. Yes,
Yes,
that's what moms do.
yes.
You gotta. All right. It's funny. You can be almost, for me at least, I can be anywhere. Like I could be talking to the most important person in the world. If my kid's calling, I got to get that call. That everything stops. It's always that way. When you're inside your house, Nicole, do you usually go barefoot or wear socks?
Oh my gosh, everybody always asks this. I I go barefoot and I have a pair of slippers. So I put my slippers on. I don't walk around in socks. Something about that makes me feel crazy, like that I'm like ruining the socks. Like the socks are so I do have certain like house socks when it's really cold, that are meant for that. But no, I will take shoes and socks off. Barefoot is my preference, and I do have a pair of slippers for when I don't feel like my feet touching the hardwood floor. I
Yeah,
have slippers. So yeah, I like good old bare feet.
there you go.
Yep.
All right, last question from Ava. Nicole, do you still have a landline?
No, I haven't had one in forever.
Me neither.
No, as soon as we didn't need that anymore, I just got rid of that.
Yeah, me neither.
It's
Yeah,
it goes
same
back
thing.
to, like, the annoying phone ringing, like, I hate what and then what, do you have a answering service? Like, what do you it goes to voicemail? Like, no, I don't have it, and I just no. Any excuse to eliminate a phone ringing, that's where I'm signed up.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, I remember my dad used to have an answering service, and then when I was in college, I remember having the answering machine where you had to put the music. We put the music behind it.
Yeah.
Like what song were we putting behind it? It was ridiculous,
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Well, and then what, you have to go through and check all the messages, like, I'm
Yep.
not good at that either. And even now on my cell phone, when it goes to voicemail, I read the transcript. I don't listen. I generally don't, unless it's not making any sense, like the transcript is like,
Yeah.
What is happening?" And I have to listen to the person's voice. I don't even listen to that. So, I don't know what it is about me. I don't
Yeah.
know what my deep-rooted fear is, but I hate it. So, yeah.
God, the answering machine. I remember I had three roommates, and we all shared the same number, and so we'd walk in the apartment and we push play, and man, it would be like it was none of it was good. It was either your mother would say something completely embarrassing that you don't want your roommates to hear, or it was a girl you were talking to that you didn't want your roommates to know you were talking to. Now everybody knows, like everything is out. It
Everything's
just
how Now,
yeah,
how does that work if you don't all come home at the same time? Like, do they leave you a little note like you have messages, or, "Oh, your
yeah,
mom called,"
that
or
yes, and then you play it back
interesting.
and you just cringe, and you just cringe. And the worst was if it was a girl, if a buddy of mine liked the same girl I liked, and then she was calling
Oh,
me, and it would be like, all of a sudden you get in the look. It's like the person I married was my roommate had a crush on her first, and still to this day he brings it up.
oh my god.
I'm like, we've been married 36, 35 years, like, hey, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you're
It
never
didn't
getting
work
the
out.
girl, man. Yeah, I
Yeah, it
got
did
her.
not
Yeah.
work out. You were literally in the wedding. It's not, you saw it. It's not going to happen,
This is not
but
coming back. You know
still
what that
brings it up.
reminds me? What, because I remember, yeah, they would play out loud. You would press play and do whatever you're doing and listen to your messages. And there would always be my mom, "Nicole, pick up. Nicole, pick up the phone." And then when you could do when you could send it to voicemail, and it was like electronic, like where you call and check your messages, and it was no longer um the machine where it played out loud, and there would be my mom going, "Nicole, pick up, pick up." And I was like, "Lady, don't you know that this has gone to a voicemail system now? Like, keep up with the technology. I can't hear you. There is no picking up
Yeah.
anymore." But yeah, the good old days.
That is so funny. That is
Yeah.
so funny. Ava, appreciate the questions. Again, perfectlytwistedpod.com. That's the website. Nicole's mailbag is at the top of the screen. Get your questions in and we'll do our best to get them on the show.
Love it.
That's
Thank you,
simple.
Ava. Give us a like, a subscribe, a follow, all that good stuff. And we will see you next week.